guys, this is Jessica from Team Ashen, and I'm here at the comic book store, so make sure you guys come and get your comics. We're going to be doing the review tonight for July the 20th, so everything that comes out this week. There's a bunch of great ones that are coming out, so make sure you check them out and enjoy. You'll see some of the ones we've done tonight. I really want to say thank you for everybody who has subscribed, passed things along, shared for us. Feel free to give us some anything that you guys would like to hear or see, or anything you could do to let us know what we could do better for you or what you might enjoy. Please drop that in. But I hope you guys enjoy tonight, and here you go.
Hey guys, Tim from Capes and Scowls and the comic book store. I'm letting you guys know the new Overstreet price guide is out for this year. You got Power Girl or Harley Quinn covers, and they connect if you're really interested in buying two of them. So this is out. All the prices are updated. It's just a good book to have.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Paul from Ashen Phoenix. First one we're going with today is Constantine. Well, no, it's not Constantine. It's Hellblazer 1. The first contact I've had with this series was actually the Keanu Reeves movie, and everybody knows that was actually very far of a departure from the series. This is actually much closer to what Constantine is. Everything is starting over with Constantine. He is doing what he does best and outsmarting demons, being a dick. There's not a lot showing up what is going to set up or what's going to be happening with everything else. This is almost a one-off. So, demons, outsmarting the demons, everything is fine. He doesn't do what he's supposed to do, does what he wants. We'll be editing a lot of this out, Jesus. So he starts his own stomping ground back in London, goes to New York for like 2 pages, and then he's back in London. So everything you know is there. His relationship with Chaz is still there, which was one of the things I really liked about the series. So it's kind of neat to see that picking back up, and I'm interested in seeing how it goes. The art is decent. There's even a cameo from Wonder Woman and Shazam in there, and Swamp Thing. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I'm looking forward to it, and I think that's definitely one you should read.
Hey guys, this is Jessica from Team Ashen, and I'm doing the Green Lanterns review. You guys might have seen me do this a few weeks ago. So where I picked off, I actually didn't do the last one, so you missed that. But in this one, they're still the Green Lanterns are still trying to kind of get used to each other, and they're doing more fighting with themselves kind of than everybody else. And you see Red Lanterns join in and try to kind of set rage all through the earth, and Green Lanterns come down and try to fight them here, and realize that they might be able to sort of change the way that the Red Lanterns are. I don't want to give too much of it away. They can kind of pull a good out of them, per se, and it kind of is a perfect place. Like I told you guys before, this is a really good one. It kind of talks a little bit about politics and things that are going on, where Jessica Cruz kind of trying to deal with herself and her anxiety and some personal things, as well as he's trying to deal with some personal things, and it's a little bit of all of that going on. And then at the end of it, it kind of leaves off, and they're going to be rage is taking over more and more over the earth, and they're trying to battle that while battling each other. So I feel like this is a really great one if you guys started with me before, to just keep reading this one. And I know that I said I would check back in, so I hope that you do, and I really enjoy this one, so I hope you do. Okay.
Next up, Justice League issue number 1. Now this is actually the first issue of the series. It's not Rebirth. We've already reviewed this one before, but this is actually the first issue of the series. And kind of like how things have gone, we're probably a couple days removed. The entire world is going to hell. Giant natural disaster. Everybody is now starting to lose their powers, though. So we actually have a depowered Justice League, with the exception of Superman, because he's Superman. The art really picked up from the Rebirth series. This is actually amazing art that's done. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. I might actually be reading this one, and that's kind of a thing for me, because I'm not a big, huge fan of the Justice League. Looking forward to the movie, but I was never really a big fan of the comics. So for this to make me a fan of the comics, I'm excited to see where it goes.
So the feedback on my reviews has been that I'm the crazy person that reviews all the oddball weird books, and you're correct. So keeping that in mind, Image brand new #1, The Hunt. It is a weird possession kind of story, and the art is amazing, and that's about it. This book is terrible. It's about a girl who her mother is attacked by these demon things. It feels like a possession, but you're not really clear on what they are. You see them. You know that they're still in her life. As she grows up, they're still present, but as a child she went missing, and they found her in the woods, and really not a lot is explained. It's one of those books that maybe this will go somewhere and be amazing, but as far as an introduction to this world, this book is pretty awful, and I don't recommend it at all. You could do it. We have it. You can come buy it. I wouldn't do it.
All right, guys. This is a little bit different than what we're going to be doing. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be adding trades to everything because we just have that time. So instead of individual issues, we're going to be reviewing some trades too. So we're going to review at least one trade for every week. And this week we're going with Huck. I'm not really sure if this is an ongoing series. It may literally just be a self-contained story in here. But Huck is a great series. I haven't enjoyed reading a comic like this in a while. Basically, you're dealing with this very nice guy. He's a gas station attendant, somewhere on the spectrum of autistic. We're not really sure what is going on, but obviously everybody just refers to him as slow, and obviously the mean people refer to him as something way worse than that. But he's the good guy. He is the ultimate good guy, the sweetest guy that you know. He just loves doing good deeds for everybody. Every day he does a good deed because that's what he was taught to do, and he just loves genuinely doing it. He's the most selfless guy in the comic. What happens is somebody new comes to town, is told, don't tell anybody, and the first thing she does is go and sells her story to some news outlet, and all hell breaks loose. We find out that there's actually a shadow organization coming to get him, and he just wants to find his mom. So I'm not going to spoil anything for you. This is an amazing series. I really suggest you guys pick it up. It's a very easy read to deal with, and as far as I know, there's only one trade. It's very easy, 6 issues, and I suggest it.
All right, so Betty and Veronica #1. Keeping with these brand new updates on old Archie properties, Betty and Veronica is pretty awesome, actually. This is a very cool story. It has very weird fourth wall breaks. The dog, Jughead's dog, is actually the narrator, which is very bizarre. You will notice the art as you're reading it is constantly leaves everywhere. It's fall. And leaves over all the panels throughout the book, everywhere. As the story goes on, the dog even mentions they need a leaf blower at one point. It's weird as far as these Archie books, but it still has the Archie charm. The charm is there 100%. The plot is that they're besties, and of course something divides them. What divides them? Well, while walking and being cool kids and having a grand old time, they all get knocked down by a truck going by. It just came really close to them. And Veronica, who is the rich girl, decides to call Daddy and say, hey, it was a truck, it was a coffee company, buy that company so we can fire that driver and make his life a living hell. But in doing so, he buys the company, and the company decides to, it's like a big corporation, they're going to come into Riverdale, and they're going to buy out Pops's food stand, and that's where they're going to make their building. And Veronica realizes this is all her fault, tells nobody, and while Betty and everybody else is trying to make a fundraiser to come up with the rest of the money to save Pops, she just keeps quiet, and at the end she's like, no, we need to buy the coffee place, we need to make the driver's life hell. It's very strange. There is a great part on pages 19 to 20, which I remembered the pages because the dog ate the pages. The pages don't exist, and the dog narrates what happens, and then they read the pages themselves to explain what you're missing. It's very strange, very weird fourth wall use, but very different fourth wall use. since most fourth wall use is, Deadpool blowing things up and slicing people in half. So, fun book. I recommend it if you like just a lighthearted, fun book. Alright, guys, we're doing it. Snot Girl from Image. Why does this even exist? Because Brian Lee O'Malley, the guy who did Scott Pilgrim, wants a new book. This book is very weird, and it's very out there. But that being said, it is done really well. So your main character, Lottie, is a fashion blogger. And if you open to the front cover, there's all this information on her, where she can be found online. If you go to the Twitter account, it exists. And it is written like the character, which blows my mind that they went to such levels. But she's very into herself and her friends, and she gives everybody nicknames. The cute girl, and this, and best friend, and everything's something girl. And what ends up happening is she is online, she's this certain person, but in real life, she has such bad allergies that she looks awful. She's a wreck. She literally does have snot coming out of her face most of the time because she is, like, really, really bad allergies. And it's ruining her life when she's not just portraying her social media persona. So, the book is written through, like, text bubbles. Like, it's like an actual teenager, I feel, even though she's supposed to be, like, 20-something, where even her friend comes up to the window, and instead of coming in to talk to her, they text at each other. I do appreciate him explaining what these texts mean, because some of them got a little complex for me. This book was really, really inventive. I'm not down for more, but it was really well done, and I can appreciate the writing style. Weird book, but if you like him, you're gonna like this, and I'm gonna follow the character on Twitter because that's pretty funny.
Alright guys, I read Black Hammer, and it's not what you think it is. No, I'm just joking. So I took this because if any of you know me, you kind of know that I enjoy spirits. Like, I like spirits. I'm a spirit person. So it looked by the front of it, which I will put down, but it looks like the front of it, like there was some spirit, some darkness going on there. So in this, it really started off slow, I must say, and at first I was like, I'm not going to like this. Is not where I thought it was going. It's really kind of an in-depth story, and it goes from like scene to scene in depth, where most comics, kind of go back and forth, and it's a dialogue between them. So it's kind of like a story, and the way it starts off, and they describe certain people's characters, and it's not one I would say for younger kids. There's some bad language in there and some crude remarks as well, but it seems like some of them may be mutants, some of them may possibly be ghosts. It doesn't give too much of a background. It's just kind of like a blended family, and they, because of whatever decisions they've made, they've been put on a farm, and there seems to be like a normal guy that kind of runs everything as like the father figure almost, and like I said, it's a slow going through, so kind of giving you the background and kind of introducing you to characters. And then by the end of it, it kind of goes 10 years back, and you find out that, there was a time in where an Antichrist came, and a superhero who may be related to somebody in there kind of defeated this Antichrist and is kind of waiting on his family and doesn't know if his family is alive or dead because of everything that have happened. But these mutants and how they're related to each other hasn't really been taken out. But I actually did, by the end of this, really like this one. So if you're a person that enjoys spirits and it's kind of a cool new one with mutants and everything, I would definitely check this out, especially if you're a person who enjoys books as well, because it's not just the typical comic. So again, this is Black Hammer. This is issue 1, and I would check this out this week. Thanks, guys. Guys, thanks for checking in again tonight. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out our Patreon page and check out all the rest of our videos here from Team Ashen. We hope to see you guys next week.